This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good morning, Virginie Lemay-Vriesde. How are you? Vriesde. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful morning?
Good morning, Angel. How are you?
I'm excellent. The most difficult part of my morning has been attempting to pronounce your name and do justice to the pronunciation. Could you say your name for us, please?
Sure. So my name is Virginie Lemay-Vriesde.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it sounds 100% better than when I said it. Yeah, it's a great pleasure to have you. What part of the world are you in right now?
So I'm located here in Luxembourg.
Okay, all right. And which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this specific time in history?
Can you repeat, please? I couldn't hear properly.
Sure. It's my accent. Which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this specific time in history?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, I am a leadership development coach. I'm French, as you probably can hear. I speak fluently 5 languages, and I've been on LinkedIn for actually a long time, but really active only for the last 10 months. I try to post on a regular basis on trying to help regarding leadership tips, expatriates as well, people like me who are living abroad, as well as helping young women get here further in their career. And I think we met that way on LinkedIn.
Yes. So who did you learn this ability to help others with their leadership?
Well, I've been throughout my career, I've had senior leadership roles. So I've always managed teams with people from different cultures or nationalities. So I've acquired lots of experience and knowledge in that area. And since I've always tried to help my team members develop themselves, I've coached them to get promotion, get another job, going further. That's why I decided to start on my own and be an official coach, let's say.
That's wonderful. How long would you put your experience as in years?
I have more than 20 years experience.
Wow. And what's one of the biggest companies you've worked with?
So the last one, I think that's the biggest one, is Amazon.
All right. That sounds great. Yeah. Where can people connect with you who are listening?
So they can connect with me on LinkedIn, so under my name, Virginie Lemay-Vriesde, or they can go to my website, which is VLV, so my initials, VLV.coach.
I would choose the VLV.coach, folks. It's a lot easier to figure out, yeah? So that's wonderful, VLV.coach. Well, do tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
What have I done consistently over the last 3 years? I think I've been learning always something new. Almost, maybe not on a daily basis, but at least on a weekly basis. I think that's one of the things when you're a leader, but as well when you want to grow personally, you need to learn. And nowadays with internet, you can learn anything and from anybody. So I think for the last 3 years, whether when I was working in Amazon or started on my own, I've always ensured that I was learning something new, as I say, on a pretty much a regular basis.
When you envision, or when you look back, when you look back from now to then to see what you've accomplished through being consistent with learning, how does it make you feel?
Oh, it makes me feel great. And also it makes me feel like there's so many things I don't know and I still have to learn. So a great feeling, but also I think we're never done with learning. So I still have lots and lots of things to learn as well.
There's a core component of a leader. It's called humility. And it seems as though you function in a high level of humility. If that is accurate, who did you learn that from?
Well, I think it is accurate. I don't know. I think I've always been like that. I never assume I know everything. I'm always open-minded, and maybe the fact that I've lived in 6 different countries, traveled a lot, I know that you should never assume. You should always stay humble, because other people also have lots of things to teach you. So I guess that's where it comes from.
Suggest to someone that's listening why they should do what you've done by continuously and consistently learn.
Well, again, because you don't know what you don't know. When you learn something, you will discover things about, I don't know, countries or subjects that you had no idea was there. And sometimes you may find something that's going to make you think, oh, I want to know more. And you're going to go further and further. And as I say, this will open your mind tremendously. So that's why I advise anybody to be curious and to be willing to learn, because, again, there's so many things that we don't know, and who knows what's next for everybody.
Now, there's the title of your book that's really intriguing. I love the name. It's called My Revenge on Life.
Yes.
What angle are you speaking from when you talk about my revenge on life?
So it's 20 years ago, I had a very serious car accident. And basically, doctors told me I would be paralyzed. And so fortunately, nothing of that happened. But I'm let's say, telling my story in that book, how I conquered, let's say, the bad experience that I had, and actually I'm grateful to have had this experience. And I explain why I recovered so well and what I did. So that's why I called it My Revenge on Life.
Love it. All right. Well, amazing audience. You're hearing it live again from Virginie. The best way to connect with her, I would suggest, is vlv.coach, or you can look her up on LinkedIn. Virginie, let me ask you now to switch gears and invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Mm-hmm. Tell me, what is your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest child memory? Oh, that's a great one. Maybe a funny one, actually. It's with my parents. We were living in northern France in a little town. And there was this little boy who was my age who liked me, but I was not so keen on him. So I remember hiding behind a door when he was trying to see if I was at home through the curtains. So that's probably one of the first memories I have. When I must have been like 5 or 6 years old, not more. So that's probably one of the first I remember.
Why do you think this memory is so clear?
Because at that time I was really scared of that little boy, even though, as I say, he was just living opposite to us. And actually now he's a good friend and we laugh about it. But I don't know, at that time I was like, oh my God, is he going to bother me for a long time and get rid of him? So I don't know, I just stood there.
If we had to connect who that little girl was and the thoughts that she had in terms of how she hid herself, right? How would you see that connecting to who you are today?
Oh my God, that's another great question. I think I've always kind of been a fighter. So at that time, as I say, even if this little boy was scaring me, I was not afraid of him outside at school. My parents even told me that once I did a judo trick on him and he ended up on the floor. So I did defend myself. And that has always stuck with me. And again, my car accident is another example. And throughout my career as well, I've had obviously challenges like everybody else. But I'm someone who never gives up, who is always, as I say, fighting for herself and trying to achieve the goals that I've set. So I guess that would be the link.
Can I
Yeah.
offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind with that memory?
Oh, yes, please. Yeah.
Juxtaposting. It looks as though you're hiding, but you're actually positioning yourself for the advantage point. And that's important in leadership, isn't it?
That's true. I never thought of that. Yeah. Very good point. Indeed.
If we fast forwarded to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
Oh, it's a French song. The first one that comes to mind, that's a French singer who passed away in his 30s in an helicopter accident. And it was called Le Chanteur, that means the singer. And he was saying that he wanted to be famous and to have all girls around him, etc. But I remember myself and all the girls at that time, we were singing this song all the time.
All right. Well, my friend, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form, so it's yes or no. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready, Virginie?
Yes.
Virginie, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Someone specific.
Hit me yes or no.
Oh, yes, of course.
Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Do you have children?
I have stepchildren.
Do you believe in God?
I believe in the universe.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
No.
What about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Depends. Sometimes more than 8, sometimes a bit less.
How often do you read?
Every week for sure. Sometimes I try every day, but I may skip a day here and there.
All right, Virginie, if you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who you are, what would you say that is?
Believe in yourself.
Love it. I'm going to go with VLV. VLV, this has been such a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
No, I think that's it, Angel. Thank you very much for having me on your show. That was great.
Could you say your name for us one more time, please?
Sure. Virginie Lemay-Vriesde.
Virginie. Again, this has been such a great pleasure. Thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-minute convos with Angel Jones.
This segment has been brought to you by Amazel Enterprise.